Right, I must just get some video diary done because I just haven't done any this week, just because I've been flat out busy. I did a few times. I have wanted to do it, have intended to do it. I just didn't have my camera on me, so that little bit there didn't get done. But anyway, just busy for all the right reasons, really, which is fantastic. And not just all the right reasons. So this week, let me think. So from last week, went to on Friday. So the week to today. Okay, today's now Thursday. So last Friday, I had a stack of meetings. I lined up a stack of meetings in the morning with various people just to sort out funding, feedback, and some more funding and permission to do stuff. And then it was a kind of a maintenance day, really, on the whole. And then in the afternoon, just done some YouTube maintenance and uploaded last week's video, basically. Then went to the community cafe, but a new thing that the Ad Action Office is doing in town once a month. Sort of a get together, and it's not just of people that are in or recovering from addiction. It's from family members. Pretty much it's open doors, and we done mindfulness, which was absolutely brilliant. I've done quite a bit of it before, but it was very very simply explained and fantastic. Good night, and with people good friends, relatively new friends, people I didn't know, a good mix. And it was really nice to see some people I've got to know and meet, their other half or relatives and stuff. And that was a real nice aspect of it, actually. Because when you meet people in that environment, you do kind of forget people actually have lives that are going on. You don't forget, talk about it, of course, a lot and various things, but it's just nice to sort of put faces to names and little bits like that, really. And then Saturday morning, I got up and I'd done my circuit on my bike, run, a bit of qigong, which was great. And then just chilled for a bit, and then went to map meeting with a group of people just went in the house to see who was going, and took a group of people down and myself, and done a little thing for myself in map, which was great, which is why I keep looking over there, because just up there on the wall is the result of it. I just have a habit of putting these up after I've gone through them. And we just sort of went. I just got the feeling my week was out of balance. Didn't feel as if I'd had a balanced week, so I just went through what I got up to last week, and it was pretty up to, it wasn't actually as bad as I thought, but I just noticed a few key ingredients were missing. The most important is the one I keep banging on about, really, which is my circuit that I do, which is the thing I done Saturday morning, but that was the only time I'd done it that week. I just find that really grounds me. It's just a base. It's a base that I can sort of always do a self-check-in with. It's good. Like that morning when I done it, on Saturday morning when I done it, I noticed I had a lot of negative self-talk in my head as I was cycling up the hill. It's going, and even before, you can't get to the top of the hill. And then when I got to the top of the hill, it was really windy, blowing a gale. And my head was going, told you shouldn't have got up here, it's bloody windy. It was a bit weird, really. It was quite strong. Usually I had that before I even got on my bike, of course. It was, you can't do that. Oh, what's the point in doing that? And it was all going off in my head anyway. That's not that unusual, for a Saturday morning. You have to be. I do love my cycling, but you have to be just sort of unbelievably keen to be able to get up and go and do it automatically without thinking, without a bit of negative self-talk. I think it'd be unusual if you didn't have it, to be honest, before you leave. But it's just particularly strong, really. So I talked about that in the meeting. But that's one of the reasons why I like my circuit so much, because it's I'm obviously doing exercise and I do a bit of mindfulness, but it's a real good check-in with myself. It's my own sort of self-imposed check-in. It really works for me. So from that I went through to that meeting, done a little bit on the topic I brought up, which was basically balance. Life balance, recovery balance, work balance, free time balance, your own time balance, personal time, social time, a lot, exercise, sleep, which is good. And then Sunday, on there it says, plan to do Sweet FA, but I'm sure I've done stuff I can't really remember. Hopefully I did. That's just chill, read books, watch videos. I think I watched a bit of TV that day, which is unlike me, but good. I played a lot of guitar, I've done that. Got a fair bit of recording done, and a bit more settling in here, in this flat, and moving stuff about. And then this Monday morning, that's it. Sunday I read quite a bit. Sunday evening I can remember getting to a chapter in my book it was talking about when to start something. It's a book on habits, and it was about when to start, and to try and start and encourage a new habit. And this particular chapter was on procrastinating, and it basically sort of said the time to start anything is now. Say tomorrow you won't do it. So anyway, so I thought, right, okay, I read that Sunday evening, as I was in bed, and then Monday morning, got up and I just started my book. I've had it in my head for a couple of years, really. A few details about it, but not a couple of years, definitely. Well, I've had a book in me for a couple of years, but the precise details of this book I've had for a good year or two, I'd say, and then the specifics more recently. But actually starting that was fantastic, and it just felt brilliant. I've done a lot of research. I spent a lot of time in the museum, a lot of time library reading, a lot of time researching maps and all sorts of stuff. It's going to be interesting. So I've done a lot of work on it, and it was just sitting in the back of my head. And now I've started it, and it feels brilliant. I've never written a book in my life. The longest thing I've ever written was my thesis at university, and that was 10,000 words. And I'm not even a week in, and I'm doing good. And I kind of could see where that could fit in my day. I realised I was getting up early at the minute, and I thought it was just at the minute, but actually it seems to have been getting up early for now, about 6 for a couple of months. So I thought, there's all this new time in the day, let's use it, and it's when my mind's really active. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna, I don't let myself get out of bed until 6 o'clock. I seem to wake up about 5:20, between 5:20 and 5:30, and not just wake up sort of like all groggy. I mean, bang, I'm awake. So I listen to my iPod and then get up at 6. I don't let myself out of bed until 6. I make a cup of tea, and usually it's about 5:30 by the time I'm sort of thinking, what should I do now? So I thought, right, that's the time. Let's start this new habit there. Okay, so I'm going to get up at 6:30 to about 7:30, about an hour or about 500 words. I'm going to sit and write, and I'm going to do that every other day. It doesn't have to be an hour, it doesn't have to be 500 words, whichever sort of it gets close to first, and then stop. Never do any more than that. And do it every other day. If I do it for a couple of times, I do it every day, then that's fine, but there's no pressure. And it has worked brilliantly. It just fitted straight in there into my day, and I like the limit I've put on it. I didn't wake up thinking I was going to do that, but it just seems to have settled there, and it feels right because I feel there's a lot more to say and write, but I like the fact it's just an hour. I like the fact that it's limited to 500 words, and I like it. Just feels right. It feels like, oh, I want to keep writing, but save that thought for tomorrow. Sorry, or the next day, 2 days time, and hold on to it, because then 2 days down the line, when you sit in front of the computer, when I sit in front of the computer, I'm like, right, I can then tap straight back into that last thought, and boom, I'm off. And it's really working. I'll report back, but it's really working. And yeah, I've developed. I've thought a lot about it, and it's definitely ready to go. So I'm over the moon about this. Really am. So, I don't care if nobody ever reads it. It's just for my own personal development. I find it fun, personally. And I at the end, wherever that is, whenever that is, I'll find it very fulfilling. So I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to just keep doing it. So that's Monday morning, and then do that, and then I went on my circuit, got up and done that. I'm going to try and do that Monday, Wednesday, Friday mornings. So I've done that, and then Monday I had a lot of phone calls and stuff to do first thing, and just all general housekeeping really. And then I went to the day program at Action, and sort of really got the feeling it's time to move on from there really, which is brilliant. Thoroughly enjoyed it, but yeah, it's time to just. Well, I only go there once a week, so that's fine. But luckily there is there's demand for that, and there is a new group starting up for a move on from that program. So a lot of people I've got to know over the last couple of months will be moving on to that next group. So I'll join that hopefully if I can, for as long as the time fits good with everything else that's going on. And then I came back here. I tend to have a snooze in the afternoon, about half an hour, and then over to the house in the evening. Obviously acupuncture in the evening, and then Skyped Yachi. Good Monday, really good Monday. Slept like a log. Felt really good in myself, really good. And then Tuesday. Bushcraft workshop. I went down to a National Trust property, hung out in the woods with a beautiful view over the river, and done some carving. Found a bit of wood to carve with, with a tutor. Me and another Dan went over there, and I cycled there, and had a day in the woods. I've got it. I happen to have it right here. Look. It's not finished, but thus far my spoon looks like this. Yeah, so you can see I've kind of got the drawing and shape on it still. Got to gouge all this out. There's a lot of work. That's about a day's work. A very slow, casual day, by the way, but a day's work. And yeah, it's coming on. I'm looking forward to that, and I'm doing that again next week. So that was just beautiful. The thing that was beautiful about it is it really slowed you down. Like you had to right down and just enjoy the whole experience. Sitting around the fire, having a brew from the kettle boiling on the fire, whatever you wanted. I went into the woods, cut some nettles, chucked them in the cup, had nettle tea. It was just brilliant, really good. And then I came back here and I had a move on meeting, which luckily wasn't too long, just to check in. And then I had Outlook Southwest for a bit as well, so my one-to-ones, and that's going really well. Really good meeting that is. That's at a different level and a different intensity. And yeah, good. Really useful stuff I can apply daily to my life, which is great. But yeah, ongoing, still going to keep going to those. And Wednesday, because I could, we sort of looked at spending more time. Well, I looked at spending more time kayaking and stuff, but because I could. 1 second. Hi, Johnny, Johnny. Sorry about that. So, yeah, where was I? God, yeah. So, Wednesday. No, yes, Wednesday. Yeah, I looked at what I needed to get to Elemental to do some kayaking, basically some practice. So it was either Wednesday or Thursday. It looked like Thursday would be better weather. So Wednesday, quickly headed down. So I decided not to go. Decided not to do that. So went down to the structured day program again because I was able to and had time, so I'd done that. And yeah, brilliant as ever. I found that really useful that day. Learned a lot. You know, it doesn't matter how long you're in, or how short you're in recovery. You learn something from other people's experience. You know, every time. It's brilliant. You know, somebody will say something and you just, yeah, it's fantastic. So done that, and then at 3 o'clock, Mum arrived. She was just bringing over I'm going to borrow a car for the next couple of days, so it's the runaround car, so fantastic. So got that, and it was really great to catch up with Mum and hang out, and we had a really nice leisurely afternoon. It was cool. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And then, yeah, that evening, ate, and I can't remember what time I got to the train station, and then came back and just Skyped. Missed that. I went over to the house, and you know, but it's like, oh, you weren't at acupuncture. I'm like, no. So anyway, missed that, but then just got on Skype and early night. Early, but that brings me up to this morning, but early night, but disruptive night. I went straight to sleep, but yeah, I woke up at like 2 and I couldn't get back to sleep that easily. It was a sort of weird morning, really. Very unsettled morning. I was tired and whatever, so I got up, done a few things. About 6 o'clock, stayed in bed till 6 o'clock. Up, done a few things and felt knackered, so went back to bed, and then went back to bed. And before I knew it, it was 9:15, and I felt a lot, more refreshed for having that sleep, which is good. And then over to Elemental today. Me and Luke just went over there. We needed to just practice some kayak stuff, really. So we're out in the sea, kayaking most of the day. Really, it didn't seem like we were out very long, but it was pretty much most of the day. And yeah, I had a good chat as we were kayaking out and stuff, and I managed to collect some. I'll show you this actually. Yeah, managed to on the trip back, just managed to collect some seaweed because he actually dead keen on getting some seaweed sorted out for food. So got that just chilling out in there, just cleaning it with just rinsing it basically with some fresh water. So yeah, all good, And then I'll get that drying in a minute. And got back. I've only been back about 5-10 minutes. And I got a knock on the door, and it was like, "Oh, you come into the aftercare meeting." So I thought, okay, it's Thursday, so made it to that. And yeah, I didn't get too much from that, to be honest. Yeah. But you just sit and listen and put a little bit of input in. And here I am now. I'm just going to chill and play the guitar for a bit and sit still. But yeah, how am I feeling at the minute? Let's just have a little feelings check in. Feeling full of life. I'm feeling. One comment from a key worker over there. I just said, "So you're looking really healthy." And yeah, I am, definitely. But do you know what? I feel healthier inside. I feel just brilliant inside. I really do. And I feel connected. I feel connected to nature. I feel, the days I'm spending outside I'm finding really rewarding. Yeah, I'm finding I'm feeling comfortable in myself, very much so. I found my confidence back at almost full pelt again. The little dip into sort of a work head I had last Friday when I was no, not Friday, whatever day it was. Can't remember what day it was. Or a week ago, or whatever. And I just made a load of phone calls for funding and stuff, and it felt a little bit weird because felt very much like work, but it also was quite empowering because I enjoyed it, and I realised I was quite good over the phone and I could get stuff done. It felt good. Basically, it felt good. Didn't feel as scary as I thought it might do. So yeah, my confidence has come back as a result. And yeah, just had a few moments this week where I looked forward further than I want to, for sure. I need to not do that too much because that's early doors. That yeah, it's a few things I need to think about down the line, but not too far. That's dangerous territory. Everybody says it is. That's been in this business for a long time. So the less far forward projecting I can do, the better. I don't do it anymore. It's something I've managed to knock on the head, but doesn't stop friends and family from saying things, does it? That makes you look that far ahead. It's not needed, and it's not really wanted at this point. There's to it, I think that's one thing that you hear a lot here, is how far you come as a person in rehab and in recovery and afterwards, and your friends and family can really think you can run before you can walk, and you need to keep your feet on the ground, very much so. No matter how colourful, healthy I look and feel inside, it doesn't take the fact that the number one ingredient in this is time, and you've got to take your time. So I'm very cautious about all of that stuff, and projecting is not healthy. Looking ahead too far is really not good. It's, you hear it all the time. Don't look too far ahead. So yeah, you need to have some goals and stuff, but no, not doing it. Yeah, that'll do for now.